Amazing, amazing. So the assignment that we have there is that we're producing a product that is going to resonate hope to women all across the world. And it is y'all's testimonies that's going to do that. You should be excited about that. You should be excited. All right. It's not a thing of hype, and it's not a thing of, hey, we finna make a lot of money off of this. It's more so, we're about to set a lot of women free, a lot of men free. And the answer is that there is a solution to the problem. And we don't have to hide, we don't have to be shame anymore. We can become ourselves again. Let's give God some praise for Sharon. It's not everybody that's called to do what she does. Everybody doesn't have the heart. Amen. And it is the heart, right? Yes, it is the service that she provides. So it's not necessarily want to build just her up, but I also want to build you guys up too for being bold enough to come out and say, hey, you can do this. Right?
And to be transparent. They're being transparent for other people that are suffering from the same issue, to let them know that, hey, I'm not ashamed, but there is a solution. So I appreciate you guys for even traveling these hundreds of miles with me to do this and to take off from your jobs and all that to show other people that, hey, I am beautiful. Amen. With or without. But I appreciate you guys.
We appreciate you.
I was the one growing up playing with the baby Barbie dolls and the dolls doing the hair and everything, and my sister Sharon wanted no parts of it whatsoever.
I've been a licensed stylist now for over 30 years. And within those 30 years, I have seen a lot dealing with hair. I never wanted to be a hairstylist. I have 3 other degrees because I did not want to do hair. But fortunately, my mom saw something in me that I didn't see for myself. And she basically forced me to go to beauty school.
But it's amazing how at times God would take those individuals who deem themselves to not want the gift or even want the talent to step out into the forefront and be a trendsetter, to be an innovator. And that's my sister, Sharon Reams.
As for women that, has lost their hair going through a hair loss journey, you don't have to go through that. I thought I would have to go through it, but I know now from self-experience, looking at me now, looking at my hair, I don't have to go through that. I just couldn't put myself to cut all my hair off because I love my hair. My hair is a part of my identity, and I want to hold on to it like most women do. They want to hold on to something that they have pride in. So I just got to the point where there's got to be a solution out there somewhere. And wherever that solution, I was open to getting that solution.
I've been married to my husband 9 years. He has never seen my hair in the state that it's in. I was in the restroom taking my unit off, and I was hoping that he didn't come in to see what it looked like underneath. He's always told me that he really didn't care what it looked like. He's never made me feel like he would love me any less. He has felt when I was wearing lace fronts, I would take my wig off, and of course I would have my bonnet on, and he was like, I don't know why you have it on. It doesn't bother me, but it bothers me. And I believe that's just a woman thing. You really don't want your husband to see you like that, or anyone that you're with to see your hair in the state that it's in.
God has gifted her to heal broken hearts, to mend those who feel like they've been wounded and that there is no solution at all. And I'm speaking of women who have been dealing with and having to live with the difficulty of losing their hair, whether it's through medications or hereditary or improper hair techniques, removal of those techniques. There's a solution, and God has gifted my sister with those solutions.
So I started doing quick weaves, and I wore quick weaves for maybe a couple of years, and that's when I noticed my hair. I started really losing my hair, and I was wondering why I was losing so much hair, because once I started losing my hair, I lost my self-confidence. I lost my self-esteem. It just put me in a very dark place, and I was wondering, why is this happening to me? It seemed like I was just the only person that was losing hair. And I know now that I'm not the only person. There's a lot of women out there that's losing hair, women of color, all colors. And I just kept losing until I was just basically bald in the top, on the sides.
I was a little afraid to go to her because I was embarrassed about the fact that my hair was thinning so much. And as a woman, sometimes we might tend to think that a beautician really can't handle the problem that each one of us may bring to the table. And instead of her pointing out that my hair was thinning and, there's no solution, she let me know I got a good grade of hair around the parts that the hair was there, and that she had a solution that can help me.
The reasons I feel like I suffered from hair loss is stress, lack of proper treatment to my own hair, and not taking care of it the way that I should have, not paying enough attention to self, and just not doing what I needed to do.
To hear how the hearts of women who are dealing with hair loss, how the confidence isn't there, the self-esteem isn't there. And through all of these various techniques that God has given her, when I heard her share the stories at this particular hair show, I sat on the sidelines and I couldn't do anything except cry. Because it was at that point where I really realized that providing these techniques allow women the liberty to be themselves, where they first thought or may have only thought that there's no solution, there's no way out. This is something that I'll have to deal with the rest of my life. Not having that self-esteem, that confidence anymore. But Sharon Reams, my big sister, allowed God to use her. She didn't just receive these techniques, she ministered these techniques. I'm so proud to say that she's my big sister.
I tried the solutions. So now I have my self-confidence back. I have my self-esteem back. I don't have to worry about running around trying to get this wig to fit this way or do this way. When Sharon does my hair, I never ask, I want it this way or that way. I had hair, but I never had long hair like a lot of people want. I have hair in the back, but I have no hair in the top. But look at me now, I have hair everywhere. So that makes me feel beautiful. It makes me want to do things. It makes me more exciting. I get a lot of compliments. So ladies out there, please, don't just sit around and think you got to deal with wigs or be in a dark place like I was, just like you in the dark, come out into the light like I have. I want to give my thanks and my blessings again to Sharon Reams and to God for blessing Miss Reams to have the ability with the blessed hands that she have and the knowledge that God has blessed her with to transform women, women that going through baldness or, losing their hair like I did, to be able to have a full head of hair. With this technique that I have, you can swim in this. You can just let the wind blow through it. You can rub your hand through it. You don't have to feel a track here, or you don't have to worry about a track coming down. You somewhere sitting and one of your tracks hanging loose or anything like that. So, yes, I'm proud to say that. I can let it just blow in the wind, let the top down on the car and just, so.
You'll walk in your typical beauty shop and you have a variety of women. Some may have a few issues. Some may not have any issues. Some may have wigs. Some may have a head full of their own natural hair. You don't know. But then you feel kind of isolated because you really don't want to be, when they get to work on your hair, and it's just an open area. There's no private room that you're going into. You're in a shop with a bunch of other women, and you feel embarrassed when it's time for you to take that wig off, take that net off, and they see your hair. But when you come into Sharon's shop, there's none of that. Every person there has whatever type of issue, and she has worked it, her different techniques, her different styles, and made each individual person beautiful when they leave out of there. That their hair is just, it's gorgeous when she finished with it. So, and you don't feel ashamed when you walk in, and you don't feel any type of way. You feel good when you're walking out because your hair is done. But that's what I like about it. That everybody in that shop is just like you to some degree.
Most people will think, well, do you have a weave? No, it's not a weave. I have my hair on this. My hair is embraced with the technique that she gave me for a solution. And I'm proud of it. It lifted my self-esteem to the point where I believe other women can see that there's a problem that has a solution. Not just a solution, but a solution that's bigger than their fears. A solution that can give them a sense of pride, a solution that give them a sense of womanhood back, and a solution of no longer trying to come up with their own home remedies and feeling like there's no one that cares, and I'm thankful that my friend stopped by once and I allowed her to introduce me to her beautician. But I'm also thankful for God allowing me to be able to have a solution that women around the world need to have.
To be able to take a gift, to be able to take what God has given you and to impart it into the lives of others, and to see that from that impartation through those individuals are now touching the lives of other individuals. There's a saying that if each one would reach one, it starts with just one. And in this industry, that main one that has caused such a great impact and such a great deliverance and such a great healing ministry has been my big sister, Sharon Reams. Cut.
hair loss is a growing epidemic that are affecting so many lives, both men and women. But unfortunately, because of society and the way things are today, a lot of our women are forced to suffer in silence. And I've been just so thankful and blessed to be able to help these women. And I want the women out there to know that there is a solution. You don't have to suffer in silence. Everybody that wears wigs don't want to. There's a small number of people that have permanent hair loss, and I have been contacted by women from all over because they do feel like there's no hope and there's no solution. But there is. I'm just thankful to be able to not have to go through the issues myself, to have empathy and to understand. When I do a lady's hair and they're going through these issues, and I sit down and I talk to them, I pray with them and let them know that you're not by yourself. Look at the emails that I get. Look at the phone calls that I get. And most of them are privately. I mean, they don't want people to know what they're going through. I have had people to contact me that I've known all my life and never knew that they were actually suffering in silence. You don't have to do that anymore. There are solutions, there are options. There are things that we can do to make you feel whole again, to make you feel like yourself again. And to me, that's worth more than any amount of money. I tell people in my classes all the time, if you're going into hair restoration and hair loss solutions for the money, then you've already failed. You've already failed because there are so many hurting women out there. And I don't want to be the only one that have to be able to help them. And I know there are a lot of wonderful stylists out there. I know it. But you guys, we have to be part of the solution, not the problem.
My name is Patrice, and I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas.
My name is Margaret Prince Robinson. I live in Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
I am Betty Brown from Stuttgart, Arkansas.
I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 golden, living my life like it's 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 golden, golden. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 living my life like it's golden. Living my life like it's golden, 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 golden. Living my life like it's golden, golden, like it's golden, like golden, living my life like it's golden, golden, living my life like it's golden, golden, like it's golden, like golden, living it's golden.